Alright guys, welcome back to Ralph's house. We will lay our hearts out here on the table, and that's why we say we paint from the heart. We have a ball. We've been painting on this picture right here. We're going to start, we're going to get some leaves on this tree, create some leaves up in this trees. And leaves aren't always green, they end up green, but they're still, leaves have a lot of colors if you really look at one. I'm going to grab, we had some of this ultramarine blue and burnt umber mixed together. I need a dark color for some leaves up in here so I can put some light leaves on it. I'm going to grab some of this burnt sienna and mix it here with that. And that's going to give me a kind of a, just a good dark color to play with here. To give me some, okay, up here in the top of this tree. And this gets this stroked in a little bit. Just don't be afraid, just put strokes in there. Every once in a while, catch an apple leaf, you know, just to use the edge of your brush. Use the shapes, whatever shape it gives you. See what it does give you. We're going to get the dark leaves in there. Now if the sun's coming over there, that's the dark leaves because it's casting the light to the tree, casting light on the ground, and you get the light leaves over here. It's funny how it works. Look at a tree. You'll see that it's always, that's why you can see through a tree. So now our limbs, they're there. Some limbs I want to go all the way through, but we're going to carry those leaves stuck in there like that. So we're just cutting some leaves in there. Gotta have the leaves. Get that shape. Ooh, there's some good apple shaped leaves. Don't be afraid to cut them in there. Just cut them into that tree. And a few down here. Keep the most up in here. Cut in some strokes. As my brush thins out a little bit, I'm just going to fill some space back there in the background. See, I don't want it dark up there. Just get. But see, it's not really covering. So I don't have white in it. I'm not covering my limbs, my branches, everything I had under it. It's transparent. We're seeing stuff through there. See, watch. See, it didn't cover those limbs that are under there. And that's what I wanted. Now I'll cut some more back in here. Just use different strokes on the tree. But use that edge. See how it catches kind of a leaf shape. That's all we want. Because this is just the very first color that we're going to use. Now while my brush is still loaded, I'll carry some of that over here. Get something in here, see, so we can paint into it. See that on that apple tree there, and the rest of this, watch, there was another one way back there in the background somewhere. And it had a trunk going down the ground back there. So we had another tree way back down that road, see. This was an apple orchard, there wasn't just one tree. Now I'll take some of that dark color to use, and again I'll put it in my fences, split rails. We hadn't done our lights yet. Carried into some of the grass, especially the part that's going to be in the shadows. That fence, push your brush up. Remember, grass grows up. You want it to look like grass strokes. Push grass strokes. Push your brush, push your brush. And I want that dark shadow right there behind that fence because it's going to cast, see? Just keep pushing those strokes up. Make strokes, make strokes. We can cast some light in there. So we got that hard right there. Let's leave some of that into the strokes. I'm going to grab some more ultramarine blue. Some more burnt umber, a little bit of phthalo green. Let's put it in here. See a little bit of grass color in here. Oh yeah, let's push that thing up a little bit. I'll push that color up. Over here where the apples are going to be. Let's get some color in here. Again, keep your strokes. Don't be afraid to put grass strokes. Push it, push it. And see what you end up with. As the brush dries out, it's going to give you grass strokes. Hang over that dark paint. Watch this. Oh man, look what jumped up there. As your brush dries out, these strokes dry out, and get some good color. Get a little bit of it back over in here. Look how it created a shadow. Does that show up back there? Under our apples, we're going to have an apple sitting over here beside the bucket. Some of them fell out. Farmers are pretty good, but you know, they're not real careful. I had a few apples drop out. We'll have apples in the shadows there. While we're doing that, I'm going to carry some of this over here. That tree is going to be casting a shadow. And that's just a good dark green color. Don't be afraid to use dark greens. Get some dark green in there. That gives us something to paint. It gives us a highlight. Because that highlight inside this apple we're going to put in here. Get it on the bottom of my bucket down there. And over here where this fence is. It's casting that shadow. Remember those shadows we put on the ground where it's casting through? Load that brush up, get some strokes, push them up. Just keep pushing, scrub it in, scrub it in, scrub it in. Just get it on there. A little bit ultramarine blue, burnt umber, Let it where y'all can see that. Get some burr number in there. That ultramarine blue gives me a good dark color, a little bit more of that green. I want this really dark. Oh yeah, that gives me, see, that gives me a good dark right here in this foreground. Look how I'm scrubbing it. Look at those strokes it makes. See, this is an apple orchard. They couldn't really mow around all these. They didn't really want to. They're going to keep it just like that. See what we're doing here? And we're going to throw some more lights in here and everything else. But now we've got some lights. We've got something to paint into. Just with those, that sun shining through that fence, see, kind of gives me that pattern. The shadow off that fence shining through there. Can y'all see that back at home? I hope that's working for y'all as good as I see it here. But see, I know where I'm going to end up, so I'm working towards it. Darker, right over that apple is going to be seated on the ground. It's going to be dark. Put your shadows in now. It's hard to paint them in after the fact. Throw your shadows in there where you want them to be. Let's lose a little bit of that hard edge. Yeah, cut it on down a little bit. But I want these strokes in here. Do it with strokes. That is a good dark color. I love the color. So I'll put it on my fence. A little bit on that bucket right in here. Need to thin that bucket down a little bit right in there. You can move things around. Don't be afraid. I'm going to grab a little bit of this crimson. So we still got to paint these apples. We're going to get some paint on these apples. Crimson with a little bit of that green. Whatever's down laying down under there. I'm going to pick some of that up. Let's get some apple color in here. And that's a good dark sided apple color right there. I'm going to have an apple there. There's a good dark flat apple right there. Just kind of rough these in a little bit. That looks like it could be an apple color. Well, it could be a shadow side, a shadow color. Get another one right in here. Just trying to develop shapes. Now I'll grab a little bit of that. Oh, and blend that in with it. Look, oh man, look what just happened. Now does it kind of look like an apple color?
Yeah, what color was that?
That was crimson. That's just plain crimson. So we mix that crimson with that ultramarine blue and that burnt umber to just kind of give us a muddy red color. And now we're just adding a little, we're just trying to make it kind of look like where our apples are. These are, you keep working back and forth. Sun's coming from over there. Let's get that color over here. Into the bucket. A little more of that red right here. Hitting right up there, strong up there. Okay. And blend it in, just blend it in. One thing this is going to teach you is about painting fast. And I got a little bit of that. Apples probably come out of them trees somewhere. We'll catch a few little colors up in them trees. Because isn't that where apples come from? That's what they're out there doing in them trees, wasn't it? Trying to get them apples off those trees. So we got to get a little bit of apples up in there somewhere. Just stick some red in there somewhere. We're going to paint back over. We're not really worried about the shapes. That's why they were there. To get them apples that are growing on them trees. I'll tell you what, I hope y'all can see what I see. We're going to have fun doing this. I'll tell you what, y'all come back next time. We're going to see how we can make this jump out and bite us a little bit here. How we can shock this painting and make some of this stuff jump out. Put some things back where they belong. Y'all come.